Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back, episode 18 of the world's 18th best podcast, so it's only fitting. Before we do get started, I have a bunch of Patreons we need to shout out. We got my boy Dirty Dan, a Vibing Cat, Aqua Hanamaru, got it, Articuno, Austin Gibbs, B-Rad the Man, Benjamin Richards, Brian Hahn, Caleb Roach, Clarence the Shark, Dalton Peterson, Evan Tim, Fat Lucky Potato, Flayed Father, I'm not even trying to pronounce that, you know who you are, Game Changer Kid, Han Cholo, Harry Hudson, I Am Squid, Jacob Waters, Jordan Boylan, Joseph Hamblin, Local Car Mechanic, Luke Charles, OG Chief, Plague Doctor, Rival, one of those two, The Jafire, Trent Weaver, Trust Upgrade, Zach Anderson, and Zombie Hunter. You guys all have huge penises, and I thank you.
Massive cocks, just fucking ginormous.
It's embarrassing how big they are compared to ours, right?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Like, we've all seen each other's dicks, and like they're nothing to like look at. But
every Sunday for mass, we just show each other, and it's embarrassing sometimes. But how was you guys' Christmas and New Year's, man? Because we can never all get you idiots in a call together. How's everything?
Hey, I'm exempt from this. I'm always ready. It's these other two fuckers. Actually, man, that's not bad. Man, that's usually ready.
I'm just tardy.
How was Christmas and New Year's for everyone? I spent mine throwing up.
I got extremely drunk twice. That's it. That's all. That's what I did.
That's all I did.
Went back up to Rhode Island.
That's what I did.
That's fair. It's like as you get older, Christmas sucks.
Yeah, because here's the thing. In Australia, it's summer during Christmas. It's not winter, so it's hot as fuck.
Do you guys have Christmas movies? But it's based in Australia, so it's all summery.
No,
they're all wintry.
We used to have American Christmas movies in Australia. It's fucking weird, but because I've never seen snow in my life, hey. Like, I live in like the hottest part of Australia, and like I've never seen snow or anything. I'm just having Christmas in the winter just seems so fucking weird.
Are there any parts in Australia that get snow?
Yeah, down further south. Yeah, down further south. I live in like the north. Yeah, I don't think I am. It fucking sucks. From what I've heard.
Nice to look at, and then you go outside and you're like, oh, it's cold. Oh, now my hands are getting frostbite. Oh, this sucks. Oh, wow, I can't drive. Now this is awful.
No, that's just because you're a wuss.
You don't know how to drive a car. I don't want to hear it from you.
Hey,
You've never had to go outside in negative 10-degree weather and warm your car up for 10 minutes. I don't want to hear it.
That sounds, yeah. In Australia, you just turn the car on, the shit starts. It's Mexican Hoon Cartel style.
Dude, this one time when I lived up in Ohio before I moved to Florida, you would have to do that. And I was running late one day, and my car windshield was entirely frosted over. And I didn't have time to wait for it to defrost. So I scraped a little circle off or whatever, like about this big, and I'm sitting there driving to school. It's dark as shit outside. I have a little fucking window that big, and I'm just like putting my head against the glass and trying to not kill myself as I'm getting to school, and I ended up sliding and hitting a wall.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that illegal to have your windshield frosted over like that?
Probably. I still did it. I had to get to school, man.
It sounds like it's something that would not be legal. You would have to get that off somehow.
So many things would have been solved if you hit a telephone pole.
I wish. I would have sued the city, because you could probably do that. People sue for anything.
Yeah, that's the thing in America. Hey, that's not really a thing in Australia, but over there, you guys will sue for fucking anything.
If you set a booby trap up at your house and somebody breaks in and gets injured, the thief can sue the homeowner that set up the trap.
That's why you shoot
in Australia, though. That's not what happened in Australia, though. So
that's why you just say it's an art exhibit. This is just modern art.
Digging a fucking Vietnamese punjies trap in your fucking front yard.
Abstract art.
It's abstract art, man. You just don't get it.
A bunch of punji sticks in the ground. Yeah, it's abstract art.
That is pretty shitty how, like, you could booby trap your house, but if someone breaks in, you're at fault. It's like, what? Let me get Claymore Roombas out. This is bullshit. I thought this was America.
It's legal to defend yourself in Australia with any weapon, full stop. So I don't fucking know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, speaking of New Year's, they canceled the fucking New Year's Eve fireworks in my city. That sucked.
It sucks.
And not to mention, fireworks for civilian ownership in Queensland are just fucking illegal. You can't do it. Because too many people are injuring themselves with them. So
Dude.
let's fucking ban them.
When I was a kid, me and my friends would shoot bottle rockets at each other, point blank.
Yep. Hell no, I never
times.
experienced. I experienced nothing growing up in this country. I experienced fucking nothing except sadness.
There's quite a lot of people that will end up with bullet holes in their homes because idiots are shooting guns in the air, and what goes up must come down. And
Where do they think that's gonna go?
Yeah. Remember that one streamer who discharged a fucking gun on the stream?
That was so
damage
funny.
his wall? Didn't that damage his fucking wall?
I don't remember. I remember he shot his like G Fuel or whatever. That was great though. I love that.
Yeah, look that up, man. Let's see if you can find that.
That was so funny. He was like drunk and he said, "Say I ain't got money, bitch." Bang.
And then fucking it goes off.
Good times. Good times.
Did he get banned for that?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
he
don't.
did.
I mean, I never pay attention to it, but I don't think he's ever had any relevancy since then. At least to my
He didn't even have
knowledge.
relevancy before.
That is true. 'Cause
He
I have
got
no idea who that
relevant.
is. That was his one claim to fame.
That was he? The one time he discharged a fucking gun on live stream.
I don't know
Some
how you-
people shouldn't have guns, man. I'm very pro gun, but there's some people you shouldn't have them. As far as I'm concerned, some people are too dumb.
Yeah, he was just drunk. Like, I think he racked it, and he forgot to take out the mag, and he thought he did because he was drunk, and that's what happened.
And then he
Well-
dropped the mag again, but
Well, drinking and firearms don't mix in the first place. That's a fucking no-go.
That is a no bueno. What is this
That
thing
is-
linked?
that's Trevor Jacob. He was a former, I believe he won a gold medal in the Olympics, and if you watch the video, even just the first couple seconds, conveniently, the plane that he was flying, the engine cuts out, and he has to, quote, jump for it. Well, it's convenient because he broke a lot of the fundamentals of piloting, and then miraculously there was also GoPros.
Yeah, but
all
to say, how
around-
did the GoPros survive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good fucking point.
And then he also happened to jump out with a selfie stick, and he had a full rig. It was like,
Yeah.
Like,
Are
either
you
that is
really-
like the greatest, convenient shit of all time.
nah,
I mean, he was recording a video. He really could have had it all set up and ready. You'd never know, but like, it's way too fucking convenient.
So did he actually crash that little plane?
he did, and
I'll never go on a small plane like that. Hey, those things scare me. Like-
no. So you really have to understand the fundamentals of aviation and what exactly he did wrong in order to realize that it's not just necessarily coincidental, but he's getting eviscerated for it online to the point
Rightfully
that
so.
I believe federal authorities are going to start
He's fucked.
investigating
He's
it.
fucked.
He's fucked.
So
Well, no,
what was his excuse for jumping out of the plane?
his excuse was that the engine conveniently cut out, and rather than
Could he not glide it somewhere?
that's all part of the situation that he just so happened to be at like a significant altitude that, oh hey, let's not try to find a field somewhere, or at least try to restart the engine. He didn't even try to do that.
He just immediately
just-
jumped out.
And that's a planes are not cheap either. That's the thing.
Well, he has a YouTube channel that I think this is now his most watched video. So, and then the video itself of where he crashed the plane was sponsored by Ridge Wallet. So,
Wait, how many views did that have?
How many views does this video
It had
have?
like
Uh,
300,000.
That's still not. That's not.
370,000.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And he only has 120.
He
27,000.
turned likes to dislikes off.
And
Yeah, he
comments
turned the
are
likes
on-
and
comments
comments
are
off.
off. He
So,
doesn't get that many views a video.
It's
Well,
only
some
a
of them-
relatively
some of them
small
have done
channel,
good,
though.
I guess.
So it's all a very convenient thing. And then if you think about it, the plane, I believe, crashed into a forested area. If he deliberately jumped out of an aircraft that was otherwise not in an emergency situation, or at least if it was an emergency of his own causing, if he started a wildfire or something like that, he would be liable for everything. If it burns down a house or if it burns down protected species, he's basically committing a felony, and everything else that he does or that happens on top of it can also be added on as a add-on charge.
See, that's why you go down in the water. What an idiot. Should have went down in the water.
So once he can't swim, he drowns.
Take a life jacket.
Well, yeah,
fair enough.
It's all just a very convenient situation, and I think it's a testament to how stupid people are willing to get for YouTube views. Have you ever seen the people that will go hanging off the side of a skyscraper with no protective gear?
I've seen videos of where people, well, I haven't seen the videos of them dying, but I've seen people talk about it. Like, a lot of people died doing that shit.
And so there's one video floating on the internet of a dude in China, big surprise, who did it. And he was like hanging off the edge of this massive skyscraper, and you can see him struggling. And the grip lets go, and you see him plummet down to the fucking bottom.
Things people do for clout, man.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's alright to go investigating abandoned places and stuff, but hanging off fucking skyscrapers with a selfie stick?
That shit always, abandoned places scare me. Not because of, ghosts or goblins or anything, but because of, what if there's, a homeless man in there that just did a line of crack? Now you gotta worry about this dude who's running at you with half a shirt and a full-on erection, and he knows this building and you don't. Now you're fucked.
All those old needles on the fucking ground with hepatitis in them.
Yeah, fucking avoid getting AIDS now.
Yeah, so something I avoid.
That's why you bring steel-toed boots and bear mace.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because you don't want to shoot them. Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, you can't just shoot some random bomb.
It's coming right for us! Bang!
It's coming right for us!
So the issue is if you shoot and kill him while you're trespassing.
That's double felony, isn't it?
Well, if you're committing a crime, or not necessarily.
So if you commit a crime, when you commit a crime, it cancels out.
Not necessarily, but more along the lines of you put yourself in a unlawful situation that otherwise you shouldn't have been.
See, officer, I heard someone yelling, "Help, I'm being raped," and I rushed to their defense.
I shot this bomb straight away in the head with a 12-inch shot.
And then this guy killed himself of his own accord with 2 shotgun blasts to the back of the head.
Dude, we should talk about that after the fucking what's-her-name trial.
Oh, yeah.
After that.
Christine Maxwell.
That's it.
Yeah. How long is she going to be alive?
Yeah.
I give it a month.
Here's the thing. The judge passing, she could get a booster shot today. I wouldn't be surprised that conveniently kills her.
She's going to have a heart attack. If she gets the booster shot, 2 weeks, she's going to have a heart attack. That's what I say. Did you guys actually keep up with that trial at all?
No,
not really.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't hear.
But it's definitely
about it.
But when I saw that she got sentenced, I was like, yeah, that's the right thing to do because there was so much evidence and so much weird shit.
I just want to. She needs to start talking I came around the corner and fucking this dude was just plowing it in this 8-year-old's ass. I want to know who was doing what. Cough it up, lady.
Yeah, sure. You already know you're going to fucking jail. Probably gonna get killed by the Clintons anyway, so you might as well spill your fucking guts.
I want to know who was blowing 10-year-olds. I want to know. Left or right,
Prince
I don't care.
Prince Andrew is having the next big one.
Man, we're not the one fucking kids. I just want to know who was doing it.
I don't necessarily think the Clintons are gonna kill her. I don't think
probably will.
I don't necessarily think any. If anything, I think they learned from the last
Epstein,
time, and they're
yeah.
they're gonna put her on suicide watch because think of it from Epstein's position. Yeah, I mean, is there really a non-zero chance that he actually didn't kill himself? Because
Oh, it's not zero, but like it's fucking unlikely.
It's just like there's too many coincidences that add up
Coincidences,
to him
Yeah.
dying.
No, I definitely get that, but I also think from the perspective of that
Him.
guy knew,
Yeah.
he knew he was going to be in solitary confinement for the rest of his life because they can't put him with General Pop. He would be
He'd
killed.
get killed. He'd get killed.
Yeah. So, from his perspective, it was,
Do you think anybody else is gonna go to prison or get in trouble?
Yeah, Prince Andrews is probably the next big one because he was connected to all this shit.
I don't think anything's gonna happen to him. I think it was just they got these two and they're gonna be like, all right, we got him.
I tend to agree with Justin. I don't, Prince Andrew. I think
he's too powerful.
I think it's more the British wouldn't give up part of the royal
family. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
I mean, they killed Princess Diana. They're gonna cover up anything they want.
Yeah, that's also true.
For the sole reason that they wouldn't do it, because
bring shame.
That's why not only would it bring shame, but there's a publicized trial of one of the Queen's sons would not necessarily be conducive for the image and the image of the family. So
that actually does make sense.
They would probably strip him of all his roles and have him basically go off the radar. Maybe I don't know, go live at one of the properties that the royal family owns, and that would be that. But
you go.
He's not doing anything. His titles would probably be stripped, and he would not go to any functions or anything like that.
There has to be someone who know. I'm just surprised no one's come forward that can say, "Hey, I was at the island. This is what went down." Like no big There had to have been a lot of people there.
They're all dead. I wouldn't be surprised they're all dead.
There's not a fucking chef that was there that can be like, "Hey, I was cooking the pizza, the pasta, and there were naked children running around everywhere." It wouldn't surprise me
if they got a bunch of people who just didn't speak English. And it wouldn't surprise me because they could have been doing all this shit way underground where no one fucking knew what was happening. That's a very distinct possibility where they were doing it underground, legit underneath the island where no one on the top knew.
With the amount of people that are connected to this, I don't necessarily think that it would be too far of a stretch to say that, if you're some laborer or whatnot from what territory, I don't know what territory Epstein's Island resided in, but if
I will look this up.
I just know it's called Pedo Island.
Yeah, if you're some cook or a waiter that's working on the island,
the United States Virgin Islands.
Okay, so it would fall under U.S. territory, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the people there speak English, and they're probably relatively poor, unfortunately, and to go up against all those powerful people, they could probably be either intimidated or paid off or relatively cheap, comparatively speaking.
So that brings my other thing is, do you at least one celebrity or somebody that went there has to have a change of heart and is willing to go down with the ship?
Yeah, but they're probably guilty. But they're probably guilty of doing those things.
That is true. But do you think on their deathbed they'd be like, all right, I'm so and so, and this is what happened. I'm about to die. Peace.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think you also have to look at it from how many people knew that Harvey Weinstein was doing.
That is true. A lot.
crazy shit in Hollywood, and it was just kind of an open secret that nobody would publicly go on the record and acknowledge. The the front page of Reddit has, I think it was Pope Benedict. It was the Pope in like either 2005, 2006.
Yeah, I think that was Benedict.
Personally blessing Maxwell and Epstein in private. And so, it really does go, and it's not necessarily saying that the Pope has anything to do with it. That's completely separate from the criticism of the Catholic Church, but it just goes to show, when you have very wealthy, very famous people, they're connected with all the top people, it's a very small circle, and everybody's probably keeping their mouth shut for their own careers, or because they're concerned they'll be blacklisted, etc.
So this brings up, do you guys remember the Louis C.K. joke? This was a Louis C.K. joke. I just want to emphasize this. So I'm just reiterating what he said, but he said something like, there must be something amazing about having diddling children. Like, why do they risk all of this to do it? He was like, I eat Snickers bars, but I'm not going to eat a Snicker bar if it's going to land me in prison for the rest of my life. There must be something. Like, why?
Oh, there is. It's a fucking mental trauma, disease, issue, whatever you want to call it. It's all in the fucking, it's a mental fucking problem.
If you told me drinking Pepsi or jerking my dick off, I'm going to get sent to prison for the rest of my life, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe we don't do that.
And this is disgusting to even talk about, but from solely an academic perspective, based on the data that I've seen, and those types of people, it's generally similar, and it is like something wrong with their brain. Not so much that, it's just literally their sexual orientation is just, for whatever reason, something got screwed up in the brain, and they're messed up like that. So I do think that there's probably people out there that have that issue, that don't do anything like that, and there's probably people that have killed themselves over it, saying, I would rather die than do something like that. In the span of human history, it would not surprise me. But, I do think it's a wide spectrum, and it's kind of a shitty situation, because what do? Do you want to help people that haven't done anything yet? You're also talking about a topic that is so sensitive that is, are you better off just writing everybody off?
Here's my thing. Do you think pedophiles have that leftover caveman gene? Because back
I'd
then,
say that
humans
mentally
didn't.
fucking fucked up.
Here's like, because like you got to think, like, everything is always like, why do they do this? There has to be a reason, and of course medically fucked up. Like, do you think, because back in caveman times they only lived to be like fucking 30, so naturally you tried to get pregnant earlier, so you kind of understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just a shitty defect.
I get what you're saying,
it's just a shitty defect from caveman times, because they tried to do it a lot earlier back then, and now as we grow older and we grow more mature,
that's kind of smart. It's kind of smart.
It's just a shitty gene that we evolved past, but some people still have it.
No, I don't think it's that. It's smart. It's smart. Like, it makes somewhat sense.
Makes perfect sense. It's like my rape theory. It makes perfect sense.
Respectfully, I understand why you would probably lean towards that, but I do think that it's more from a medical perspective. It's almost like a defect of one's sexual orientation. And when you have enough people, and in the span of either hundreds of thousands, millions, etc., you're going to have one that lands on a defective trait, and I think that's the situation that is at hand. I do think that, thankfully, norms have changed in a manner that you don't necessarily, in the developed world, have child marriages anymore. Thank God. But
it still happens, man. It's Still think happens.
Well, in the developed world.
Yeah, in the developed world, no, but like,
Isn't
yeah,
that so
it's
weird to
just
think
like,
about?
yeah.
Like, we can go online and
That's
watch
fucked.
fucking Rush Hour 2, and then somewhere in the world there's people living in teepee huts marrying 2-year-olds.
Yeah, I remember when Afghanistan, one of the Allied whatever force, what you want to call them, withdrew from the fucking withdrew from Afghanistan. I saw a thing on the news where it was like these 7 and 6-year-olds being sold to 50, 40-year-old men for our currency.
How much does
That
a
was the thing I
7-year-old
saw
go
on the news.
for?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember, but it's the thing I saw.
I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't want to know.
I think you could make one of those work in a sweatshop.
No, they're selling them to fucking marry
I don't want to
them.
fuck them. I just want to make them work for no pay.
No,
Your little hands can get inside the
No,
machines. Isn't
Yeah,
that, what
they did
wasn't
that in
that
the
the
developed
excuse that
world.
they used back in the day? Their hands, they
Yeah,
can get
it
inside the
was.
machines and clean them.
yeah, same with coal miners.
They can fit into the little grooves. So when it collapses,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, pedophiles
No,
are just fuck
definitely.
midgets, man.
Look, you said this a bunch of times, a lot,
Because
but
it's
like,
genius. You turn off the
we
lights.
shouldn't be giving them anything. We shouldn't be giving them anything.
We're getting midgets laid, and we're getting them jobs.
Jobs.
Yes, because we can prostitute out these midgets, and you have a place
Oh,
for
oh my
pedophiles to
God.
go fuck consenting adults. This is genius. And once they legalize prostitution, I'm gonna start a midget brothel, and I'm gonna make millions off celebrities.
You're not gonna get any pedo. You're just gonna get people with a midget fetish, right?
I don't. It's, you pay. I don't fucking care.
Respectfully, I disagree from that
Well, you're
entire.
just wrong because I'm right. This is genius.
I think there's got to be a line where, to those that recognize that they have an issue and have not done anything, there should be help, and for those that
I am helping.
have,
I'm giving them midgets.
and for those that have, they should be locked up.
Castrated.
I'd agree. Castrated, yes.
Either they should be castrated or they should be put on an island with a bunch of other
Oh, then we
What?
get Australia too, the electric boogaloo.
Fight. We dropped them. It's like PUBG. We dropped them guns and helmets and shit, and they fight to the death.
No, that actually is an island in the state of Washington where they have that. People are too dangerous to live in society because they're predators. However, they're not necessarily violent to themselves or to the guards enough that they can basically have their own little, I don't know, compound, I guess. But
Yeah, right.
the vast majority of those people don't leave, and they really shouldn't leave, at least without extreme supervision.
Right. Huh.
So you're all right. You're king. You're king now. Someone gets
Dictator
caught
king, whatever you wanna call it.
red-handed, diddling a 5-year-old. What's your punishment? What are you doing?
Either castration or death.
Death. But here's the thing.
How
I
do you
want it
kill
to be a painful death, starting to death.
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned one. I like that. I like that.
I'm going to king. I'm not a dictator. I'm a king.
You have
work them to
ultimate
death.
power. You can do whatever you want. You're king.
Okay, we either stone them to death or we send them to a gulag.
I like burnings on the crosses. I think that looks cool. Make for a great little festival.
Okay, Caesar. Okay, Caesar.
Great
Calm the fuck down.
festival. You could sell tickets, and you could do it at night so it looks all nice and pretty.
But it smell horrible.
You just throw some fucking herbs and spices in that fire. It'd be fine.
No, it won't. That
Fine.
will not fucking stop the stench.
You take the dead body away. You get a bunch of flowers and candles. You'll be fine.
What the hell
How long
are
are we
talking
burning this
about?
body for? Shit. How long are we burning this body for?
I don't know. How long do they do Burning Man? How long does that last? So if this is a festival, we're making it into like a whole ordeal. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna sell
No,
tickets. We'll have like stalls. You can buy like cotton candy and shit.
I think we either just work them to death or we stone them to death. That's Well,
Let us know in the
mate.
comments. Which one do you guys like
Let us know
better?
in the comment section below. How would you kill a pedophile?
Are you stoning them or are you burning them on the cross? Or Manlet, what was your option? We need 3.
Yeah. Yeah, we need 3. How would you
said
kill a
either-
pedophile if you had to?
Either castration or
Would you just shoot them with an MG42 or some shit?
no, just you know, do what we're doing now, or the lethal injection or firing squad.
Did you see, what was that? I saw something about firing squad in the news, like how they're trying to bring it back.
Yeah, Utah, I think, brought it back.
That's awesome.
Well, in a firing squad, they have 4 or 5 dudes. That's how they do it in some Asian countries, and only 1 dude has 1 live round. Am I correct?
I'd ask for the live round.
I think it's more, or the majority of them have the live round. And
One of them doesn't. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So that way they can all
like
have
that. I was
the
messing
plausible deniability or whatever.
Right.
Because if you shot a guy only once,
Oh, fuck, you hit me in the arm, asshole.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
No,
true. Yeah.
that
That'd
can
be
be
funny.
construed as cruel and unusual punishment.
Inhumane. Yeah, which is technically a violation of the Geneva Convention.
And it's also a violation of the 6th Amendment, I believe.
Geneva suggestion.
Okay, Japan, calm the fuck down over
Listen,
there.
rules in war are kind of bullshit.
I strongly disagree.
I mean, you're trying to kill the other team. What's worse than
Yeah, but-
killing them? But if you're gonna
Using
die, you're gonna die.
flamethrowers, napalm, white phosphorus,
Yeah, you're
not
gonna-
treating prisoners
Nah.
of war with respect.
You die, you die. I guarantee you, once aliens invade, the Geneva Convention's going right out the fucking window.
You think aliens are prisoners of war camps?
I hope so. That'd be funny.
Probe camps.
You just got a bunch of
Yeah,
like
it's a
100
big
men lined up.
thing.
They're all bent over, asses out. You have like one dildo going down the line. That'd be fun.
That would not be. Yeah, that would be a violation of the Geneva Convention.
Well, they haven't signed it, so they don't fucking care.
Yeah, sure.
What are we gonna do?
They
Put
have the-
sanctions on the aliens? No more oil for you.
What was I gonna say? Oh hell, not cruel and unusual punishment.
Sixth Amendment. Was that it?
6th Amendment. No, it's actually the 8th Amendment. That's cruel and unusual. Oh God, I lost my train of thought.
Talking about war crimes, white phosphorus,
Yeah, war
napalm,
crime.
war crimes.
aliens probing.
Oh
Geneva
no,
suggestion.
in Japan, they have they're the other major developed world country that still has death penalty.
Hell.
Yep.
They just hung a bunch of people for the first time in a
They
couple of
hang
years.
them. I thought they used lethal injection.
Nope, they hang them.
Hanging's cool.
They don't
That's
tell you
pretty
the
fucking
execution date.
That's,
yeah, they just
that's
say
the cool
well, you're
part.
dead. One day they just pick up and say, "That's it. You're fucking dead."
And then the trap doors, I think they have 3 or 4 officers that press the button, and only one button actually is the button that drops the trap door. So
Yeah,
that's
right.
their own way of plausible deniability.
Would you guys be okay with being a executioner?
Depends, like, because sometimes the system fucks up and you get guys who shouldn't be dead.
So, okay, so in this system, you have to have 100% proof. Like, we got your ass on camera killing this old lady
Yeah,
and then having sex
yeah.
with her corpse.
Yeah,
So,
that'll be
in
fun.
this new system, we have 100% proof. You gonna be the executioner?
I don't think they have people who announce executions. I think they have a whole bunch of people from like a system.
Well, listen, I want the fucking hood. Like the burlap sack hood. I want the fucking black hood. I want to wear that. I want the axe, even though I'm not going to use it. I just want to have an axe.
You need to do some research into the guy that did the executions at Nuremberg. He was just
Yeah.
he was just
what?
some random guy
They
that
just got some
lied his-
Randy.
some
Yeah, they
random
really
guy-
did.
Yeah, that lied that he had
Oh yeah,
participated.
I've heard about this. Yeah, fill me in, because I remember bits and pieces.
He didn't do enough of a drop, and he also some of them strangled to death rather than
It's one
breaking
of the
their neck.
strings that sort of instantly broke their necks. It was fucked.
And then some of the trapdoors weren't wide enough, so they got stuck when they were falling through. And then, oh boy. And then he ended up dying in 1950, he was sent out to the atoll of Eniwetok and electrocuted himself to death by accident.
Yeah, he lived a cool life.
Shout out to that guy.
Literally, he faked it till he made it, and he executed some of the top German war
Nazi
criminals.
general just fucking, but he failed.
They deserved it. Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
But with regards to being executioner, I view the death penalty as a lose-lose situation. You know, if somebody's truly committed a crime so heinous that it deserves death, would you rather not have throw them in solitary and maximum security for?
Yeah, you have them rot the rest of their life. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm just wasting resources at that point.
Well, executions are actually, from a
Yeah, they're not
financial
cheap
standpoint,
either.
they're more expensive than life in prison.
Well, these people are doing
Because-
it wrong then.
The reason it's so
The guy with the
expensive,
Glock bang.
the reason it's so expensive is because there's generally a higher standard with death penalty cases. So even if somebody doesn't want to fight a death penalty, or if they want to go to the jury and say, "Hey, just kill me already," sentence me to death. From my understanding, they are forced to do the appeals anyways.
That is retarded.
The reason I say that, and it may not be the case all the time, but for instance, the Fort Hood shooter, who was radicalized and basically went on a jihad spree, he then said that he wanted to plead guilty and be executed for just as soon as possible, and they refused, and they went through the entire trial process, and I think even some of the appeals anyways. So on average, it takes, for someone who's on death row, at least 15 years, if not more, to be executed.
All right, well, this system's bullshit. And Rabb1t system, if we have your ass on film going to a school and shooting it up, we're just going to take you as soon as you're guilty. Take him out back. Any last words? No? Good. Bang. All right, kick him over. It's like they did Stalin, just took him out back and, here's your bullshit mock trial, and then they killed him.
No, that's exactly
Like
what
Stalin.
That's literally verbatim what the Soviets did.
Yeah, that's what we
No,
know.
it
They
really
had some
is.
good ideas.
I get now.
Gulag's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Free
Yeah,
labor.
fucking dope.
They treated those
They're-
people perfectly. They got winter vacations.
One time when I was in school, we were reading about Soviet gulags, and we were going through a book, and I was reading some of the inhumane conditions, and it was fucked.
Propaganda. That's Western
was-
propaganda.
No, it
for
was
it.
so bad.
Written by the victors.
They would have like 7 dudes in one little room with like three
Nope.
beds.
That didn't happen. That's lies.
The Soviets, there was an NKVD executioner who did a series of executions during the Great Purge. They would have the show trial. They would be brought in, shot. The room was on a slant, so then they would hose down the room. All the
This is effective.
Fluids.
I like this.
Yeah, all the fluid and the matter or brain matter, blah blah blah, would all go down the drain. It would be readied, and within 3 minutes they would have another person in
That's
there.
very efficient.
Yeah. Efficient is not necessarily a word I would use.
It's efficient because they knew what they were doing. Listen, communism would never do anything bad. You're just lying.
Yeah, true.
This would
We're just
never
fucking right wing bigots.
You're just...
Can I see your bank statement? Because I want to see if you're getting payments from China.
If I would, I'd be living a lot more luxurious.
You would be the fucking type of person to take money from the CCP.
If they give me enough, yeah. And then once they give me the money, I'm gonna say, hey, you fucking retards. You're an
Did you
idiot.
see-
Yeah, and then they're gonna say Xi Lao Hao to your door with the fucking AK and blow your brains out. Good luck, it's Xi Lao Hao. He's a
Oh,
special
Xi
agent.
Lao. I'm gonna
He's
change
a
my name and
special
move. They can
agent.
go fuck themselves. I would gladly kiss their ass if they gave me a couple million, and then like, you know what? Next year, fuck you, dumbasses. Shouldn't have gave me the money.
Did you see what just happened to Walmart?
No, what happened to Walmart?
Walmart put out they were going to stop accepting and selling goods that were made from the region of China that the
Oh
Uyghur-
yes, Zhejiang.
Yeah.
Based Walmart.
It starts with an X. I can't pronounce it.
Zhejiang, I think.
Just call it Ginny the Pooh.
Anyways, so they were going to stop accepting products from there, and then China came back and they basically shit a brick, and Walmart had to turn tails between their legs.
Pussy Walmart. Pussy Walmart.
Pussies.
It's like the same thing as somebody says Taiwan, or what was the movie that accidentally put Taiwan as its own country, and
John Cena came out. I guess was it that one?
No, there was, I think there was a movie or a show that had a map of the world, and Taiwan was not listed as part of China, and they shit a brick, and they had to issue an apology.
Well, it's true because Taiwan is the
John Cena
original
did that.
China.
Taiwan Formosa, yes.
Taiwan's mainland China, so I understand.
It should be.
Should be. Well, it is. Doesn't need to be.
Yeah, well, it is. It is. Fucking China, dude. What are you gonna do with China? You're gonna do something.
No, America's evil, man.
Yeah.
We're the
Bro,
evil
you
ones.
guys are pretty able. You're the ones committing genocide and all that shit.
Hell yeah,
This-
man.
The sad thing is that it's more likely that China's influence will grow in the next couple of decades because
Yep.
their
Mhm.
Belt
You
and
guys
Road.
sitting on your ass.
Well, yeah, the Belt and Road Initiative. They're basically
Is that the word like colonizing Africa, right? Or is that
not
what's
necessarily.
that called?
They're investing in infrastructure,
And giving them like
airports, ports,
ridiculous like
roads.
interest or some shit to where they
Yeah,
can't
like
pay it
no
back and
interest.
like mine.
Yeah, there was a
Is that
loan
what'd you say it was called real quick?
the Belt and Road Initiative.
I don't remember.
The what's it called? There was a country in Africa that couldn't pay its or was having issues paying one of its loans back, and there was serious concern amid the major news organizations that China was going to essentially foreclose on the only major airport in the country, and thus they were going to essentially control all.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the video of the Chinese guard whipping the black guy?
Yep.
No, I did not.
During one of these construction projects in Africa, there was a Chinese guard, and he just got his whip, whipping the black guy and yelling at him in Chinese. It's like, oh, or man, whatever the fuck it is. There's like 18 languages in China.
There's two main ones: Cantonese and Mandarin.
It was one of those two.
Cantonese is more spoken around the Hong Kong area. Hong Kong is a free country, by the way, and Mandarin is spoken through most of the mainland.
Yeah, that black guy was getting whipped.
That is truly something that you would hope that you would see in a history book from 150
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, not in 2021.
No, America's the racist one. China's perfect. They can
Yeah,
do no wrong.
true.
Well,
Yeah.
America, we most certainly
America's not
have,
perfect.
No country's
we-
perfect. Everyone's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucking
Well,
true.
America certainly has its own issues. There's a lot that we can be doing, both on the international and on the domestic side. But I think this whataboutism, we're gonna wake up one day and China's gonna have eaten our lunch on an international stage, and
You guys are sitting on your ass, and you know what? It doesn't come down to the people. It comes down to the fucking government.
Yeah.
As far as I'm
I stopped caring a while ago. I'll be dead before the war breaks out, so I don't care.
You might not be is the thing. You might not be.
Because the China's still like they don't invent things; they steal it. Like I can't remember where I saw this, but like basically what China does is they'll infiltrate your organization, wait and wait and wait, and then they'll just
espionage.
Yes, and then they will take the knowledge because it's cheaper to literally do that or to pay for it than to actually invent it yourself. So that's what all they do. They just wait and then they just pay for it.
No doubt, but I also do think it would be incorrect to say that they don't have any ability for homegrown domestic innovation.
Oh no, they do, but it's a lot cheaper and easier for them to just pay for it or to steal it or to. It's just. I can't remember where I read that, but that's what they're doing because I think I'd have to go find it.
Yeah,
that's just easier and cheaper for them to do that because they can afford it.
You're correct. I think it's just the majority of their innovation may come in that way, but there are things that you can do in China that can't be done in the majority of the world because China has a lot less regulations and things that are of ethical questionable.
They don't have sweatshops, so much talking about.
Well, let's just put it this way. We in the U.S. may be debating the political situation on stem cell research. Well, China's just over there doing, I would not be surprised if they were doing human experimentation directly on the users.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, well, your social credit score just went down, so...
Yeah, man, they got no social credits left.
The, what's it called? I think, unfortunately, the Chinese government, or at least the departments in where the Uyghurs reside, looked at Joseph Mengele and what he did and decided to use it as a how-to guide.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. The way they're doing it seems very similar to past genocides.
Maybe we were too harsh on Japan during World War II.
Strongly disagree, but oh well.
Maybe we were too harsh on. Maybe we should have let them have a little bit more time.
No.
Let them maybe get a little farther into China. Just a little
No,
bit.
What we should have done is we should have helped the nationalists win this Chinese Civil War. That is what we should have done.
Well, the communists just played it smarter. They're like, why would we fight when you
because Stalin was giving them a shitload of supplies so they could win.
Yeah, just played it smarter. They played the long game.
Because we, the Allies, didn't really do shit to help them win.
That is also true. But the nationalists were the main ones fighting, right? They were the main ones fighting Japan.
China, both communist China, National China, and all the associated warlords all formed what's called the Chinese United Front. So they're all fighting together, but they also kind of actively working against each other almost.
They were like, all right, they're our enemy now, but we're still enemies.
Yeah, basically.
And I think the communists just played it a little smarter. They're like, all right, we got fucking mustache up there giving us free shit.
What's that?
Let's use it to our advantage.
Yeah, and giving them free shit he was. Lots and lots of free shit.
It's funny because like the world still sees Russia as like our main, like a lot of dumb people still like think Russia's like, oh, they're number two. It's like, no, Russia is no longer number two.
The only thing Russia really has going for them is their impressive nuclear arsenal, which is leftover stuff from the Soviet days.
Well, I would say their leftover nuclear arsenal, their space capabilities, and probably the biggest economic one is their ability to turn off the tap in Europe on natural gas.
Yeah, that's true.
But they're not USSR days.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
China's
trying,
taking over.
Yeah, Putin's trying, but China is the next big communist baddie.
Mm-hmm. Cold War II. I'm ready for it.
Oh, it's already happened as far as I'm concerned.
Begin.
It's already been going for a while as far as I'm concerned. We're just living through it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I think we're in the beginning stages. I don't think it's really set, and there's going to be something. I can sense it. There's going to be something big that's going to happen.
I think that big thing may have already happened. I mean,
Yeah, coronavirus is what I'm concerned.
well, Trump had a full-on trade war with China.
I think there's going to be like something on like, because that was big. That's
missile crisis too.
That's what I was thinking. There's going to be something on that level scale where like the whole world's like, oh fuck, Trump's going to tweet Jenny the Pooh picture. Oh, don't do it, Trump, don't do it.
He can't do it anymore. He can't anymore.
Biden's going to tweet it. He doesn't. He thinks it's Winnie the Pooh. He doesn't know.
That'd be so fucking funny.
Biden just tweets out, I love this movie. It's Jenny the Pooh.
Or if Trump was still president and he got really pissed off with China, he moves the U.S. embassy to China, Taiwan.
That'd be so fucking funny.
That'd be so fucking good.
You make me president, I'd do shit like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would just do shit to piss people off. I didn't care about the people. Actually, I'd be a good prime minister.
So
I would do shit that helps people, but I'd also make funnies.
So that was actually a thing up until I think 1971, 1972. China, the nationalist China, was a founding member of the UN. So it had one of the 5 security vetoes of the UN Security Council, the 5 permanent vetoes. Well, not only that, but the U.S. Embassy and the U.S. government recognized Taiwan as the one true China up until like 1971, 1972, even after they had been kicked out for almost 23, 24 years.
Poor Taiwan.
Yeah, no.
Or mainland China, I should say. Sorry. Or mainland China.
Taiwan for us.
Are we still like, hey, if you fuck with Taiwan, we're gonna dick you?
We have a unofficial defense pact with Taiwan. We sell them a lot of equipment, and it's pretty wink wink, nudge nudge. You screw with them, you're screwing with us.
Okay.
We are, because if you recognize, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you recognize Taiwan's government, CCP will not do diplomacy with you. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Well, they can't afford not to do shit with us, just like we can't afford not to do shit with them. And I know nothing about economics.
Well, the issue is who blinks first? Would it be the Americans?
See, that would be a Cold War stand. Like, oh, U.S. who's gonna do something first? We recognize Taiwan.
Yeah. So would China's economic situation deteriorate faster than the U.S. consumer situation would deteriorate? And it would be which people's government would crack first. You know.
Here's the thought. So all of our shit's pretty much made in China at this point, right?
So
civilian products.
There's a lot of stuff that is being, like textiles that are being outsourced to Indonesia, Vietnam, and India. Thailand as well.
How is it not cheaper just to do it in Mexico?
Well, I don't know actually.
Right? Because that's like they're poor, and they're right there.
Mexico's not that poor. It's parts of it that are poor.
Let's put a factory in a poor part.
The cost of labor in China is increasing, so there is for some of the dirt cheap products like clothes. There is a movement to change them to Vietnam, Indonesia, etc.
Vietnam's cool. I can fuck with them.
It's really though the manufacturers have no loyalty to whatever country they've been manufacturing in.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They just want to make money.
Yeah, if they can get some poor, destitute, kids working the factory for 10 cents an hour, they would do it. Do it in a heartbeat.
I just want to see how much more money they're making in China versus if they did it in Mexico. Because there's got to be a way to do it in Mexico. You would think, right? I mean, there's obviously not because they're not, but I don't know why.
Yeah, no, that's something I have no idea about, really. Economics is definitely not my strong point.
No, I'm a retard. I don't know anything about. I'm just spouting off bullshit. But they're right there, and they're not that They don't have that much money. And they're coming over here. It's like we build factories there. They have jobs
Even
there.
better, why not just put it in America so people get more jobs?
Turns out to be like the plot line of COD Ghosts, where South America becomes the world's superpower.
That'd be pretty funny.
They all unify as one giant fucking thing.
What was I gonna say? On a different note, need to get a Glock because I just got a post-sample Glock Sear and that makes it go burnt at around 1,200 rounds a minute.
Now, here's the thing. What Glock are you looking at?
Technically can go on any Glock.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, which one would you pick, though? Because you have a lot of options.
Just letting you guys know, Manlet is a certified...
Registered legal
international arms dealer.
Excuse me? No, I just bought it from Bubba behind...
He's lying. I feel like if you want the ATF to come to your house to shoot your dog, I don't fucking care. I'm not involved in that.
No, it's that... Why
you shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. You choose your words carefully because I like my dogs.
Oh my god, that could kill two birds with one stone. I don't like your dog.
Oh, fuck.
Every gun I have is legal, ATF. Just saying, everything I have is legal. Please don't come to my house and shoot my dogs.
I saw a couple months ago, and this is something that I want to do. There was a police bust where they confiscated They confiscated a super soaker.
Like, you told me this story.
Somebody put a sawdust shotgun
in a super soaker.
In the super.
That's fucking cool as shit.
Yep.
Hold up, there's a Glock that looks like it's made of Lego.
Yeah, they had a... Hang on, let me pull up the photo of the super soaker.
That's dope. I want one. I want a double barrel super soaker.
Yeah, here it is. The Block 19. Oh, it's slow res. Hold up.
Here it is. Here.
I want one. That's so fucking cool.
We can get one.
Can you get a Block 19?
I can't really. Not that big. But that's dope as shit. And then I pull out the block.
That's so cool. That was people flip shit over that because like, oh, it looks like a child's toy.
Well, you don't sell it to fucking children, then retard.
That's the thing. Like what?
Children can't buy it. Fucking idiot. That's cool.
Oh well.
You can't see my facial expression. Okay, sorry.
Anti-gun people just fucking flip over anything.
No, I get the serious concern, and I think there has got to be a level of personal responsibility where if you have a Lego looking Glock, either don't have kids in the house or that better be locked up at all times because they could mistake it. You know, don't use that as your home defense gun.
It'd be funny though, I use that as your home defense gun.
Some guy breaks in your house, you have a pointed at him, he just starts laughing at you, and then he gets fucking 4 shots in the chest.
4 shots in the chest and dies.
That'd be pretty funny. Good times. When's my Browning come in? When's that come in? When do we get to go shoot that?
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Then we're gonna turn around and sell it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
he's legally allowed to do that. I'm just saying. You gotta re-express that because some guy went to has a big case against him did like a year or two ago. The ATF were investigating him because he sold a gun. They're like, "You're just buying and selling without a license, you bastard."
Well, they'll look up Manlet unless he has one, and I'm like, "Oh shit, we wasted our time."
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying that. So you just don't have to waste your time.
What are you doing with that anti-tank gun that's in your crotch?
Waiting.
You should actually buy an AT gun. That'd be fucking sick.
Hey, I know where there's a couple.
But like, what's available though?
You better learn how to fucking load and everything about this Browning. Because I'm not gonna learn anything about it because it's gonna be more fun for the video if I don't know how to do anything.
Oh God.
So you have to learn how to load it, everything.
I think you can get a full definitive book on it because I have a definitive book on the M1 Grand, like strip down loading, and the Type 38 Arasaka. I have 2 books on them, but I'm sure they make a 1919 one as well. So if you guys can find that book, that'll probably be helpful.
The one thing I really want to get is something that you can also have at your house. We'll get an NFA trust. Gets to get a M50 Rising. It's like a discount Thompson. But
Yeah, it really is.
It's very accurate. It's very fun. Comparatively cheap to all the other MGs, and it's something that it doesn't necessarily have to stay on my license compared to a pre-made sample or something like that.
Okay.
I have 3 dream guns that if I ever move to America, I want to own.
Owen gun.
Yeah, Owen
SVT.
gun, SVT 40, and this might be very left field, but kind of
hang on. It's a lever action. What's the
The
lever action?
The Henry rifle.
Nah, Winchester
1867 or something.
1885 actually is the one I want to have in 4570. That's my 3rd dream guns. If I had a 4th, I'd put a bar on there.
I can get
But
you.
bar is fucking annoying gun.
I can get you 2 out of those 3.
A bar would be fucking sweet as well, and I wouldn't put on my top 3 guns to own. I could legally own a Winchester lever action in Australia, but it's just so much fucking work. Could be fucked.
We can put a suppressor on the end of it and make it look like a cowboy space gun.
Oh, ew, fuck that.
That'd be pretty
That's
funny.
hideous. No, that's hideous.
You get a lever
Justin,
action.
what are your top 3 dream guns? If you had infinite money, no license
Infinite
requirements,
money.
what would you
Type
get?
100.
Type 100. That's one of them.
Yeah, Type 100. Yep.
STG.
No, we already have
Yeah,
that, so I don't count that anymore.
Yeah, but if it's a dream gun, you have to put it on there.
Yeah, not if I already have it.
Okay, yeah.
Spoiled.
Yeah.
Spoiled.
MG 42.
34 or 42.
42.
Okay.
So we
Either
got
either,
Type
or do you
100.
really want the
I
42?
really want the 42. It's just so iconic.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Like, just imagine that
I
being on
would
the fucking wall.
I would actually like a 1917 machine gun Browning. I think those things are fucking cool.
Those go for around 20,000 around here, but they're interchangeable legally with the 1919.
Yeah.
Because I believe the side plates are effectively the same, and that's the registered part.
What's the difference between the two?
One is water cooled, the other's not.
Oh yeah, duh.
The
Okay, yeah,
1917 is the 1919, but that's that fat fucking cooling shroud on it.
It's got that little fucking.
It looks like a
doesn't have like
it
the
looks
little
like a
hose
Maxim
too.
gun. Yeah, it looks like a Maxim gun.
Hang on. Do you want me to go get the I have it's the Glock Sear. The little thing without the proper paperwork is 10 years in federal prison.
Yeah, go get
No,
it.
do not get that.
Well, he has the
Do not get
paperwork.
that.
He has the paperwork. He's
He
fine.
does have the paperwork. Okay, I thought he said he didn't, and I was like, let's not fucking
He has
do
the
that.
license. He's legally allowed. I'm not shitting you guys. This is literally my international arms dealer. Like,
Yeah, we're not lying. We don't lie.
he went through the. He's told me about all the times he had a talk with the ATF and the government, and
emails he sent
I
out.
would not want to do any of that. But
If I had infinite money, there's 3 things I would buy. 3 military things: a P-51D Mustang, an M4 Sherman,
what else?
and then probably an M3 half track or German 254 half
Those are
track.
sexy.
They're
That'd be your
fucking
everyday
cool.
drive
Definitely
car.
number one.
That's what you drive
Number
every
one
day.
would be if I had infinite money, number one thing I'm buying a P-51D.
Those things are
I love that
badass.
plane so much. They're so fucking cool.
They're fucking sexy.
If you had infinite money, just what top 3 military things are you buying? It can be a gun, it can be a vehicle, it
Top
can be
3
anything.
military.
Yeah.
Well, I'd want to
Yeah.
use it, so I'm not out. Planes are out. I don't do planes. Like
Okay,
too
I would
sick.
like to fly a plane if I had the money.
I want
So-
definitely a Sherman.
Yeah.
Fuck. What else do I want?
You have infinite money and it exists.
Money and it exists.
Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger. Actually, no, I wouldn't fuck with a Tiger because they just break down all the time.
Well, if you've got infinite money.
Oh, true, yeah.
Fuck.
And you can get infinite pass for it.
I want a Jap tank because I think they're so cute and adorable.
Type 97 or Type 95, yeah.
One of those. Yeah, just give me the main tank from every war. I really just want a Jap tank because they're so small and cute, and it's like, oh, this is adorable. You tried.
Easy to maintain relatively as well.
They're cute.
But yeah, definitely P51D, Sherman, and M3 or 254.
Good choices.
Mainly, you had infinite money, top 3 military things you would buy. It can be a gun, it can be a vehicle, yeah. It can be a gun, it can be a vehicle, it can be from any era as well.
I would buy. Can only be 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would buy.
Tough decision.
A MiG.
Yeah.
I would buy
Yeah,
a MiG.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
buy. I would buy a. If I had a crew to maintain it, I would buy a T-72. And
Oh, that's
then,
interesting.
and then I would probably also do some sort of rare, expensive machine gun. Maybe a minigun, just for the memes.
Minigun, microgun, yeah, that'd be cool.
Badass.
So this little thing, I don't want to show the other side because it's got the serial number and whatnot on it. This little bugger right here
This little bugger.
This little bugger.
is, without the proper paperwork, is 10 years in federal prison.
That is
Dude,
so
US
fucking
gun laws
funny.
are so fucking
That is
weird, hey?
so fucking funny.
10 years in federal prison and $250,000 fine.
Wait, both?
Both, yes.
Shit.
So, and then here's another thing. So I got this from another FFL going out of business. If an individual illegally manufactures one, it's another 10 years, $250,000 on top of
$500,000 in 40 years in the cell.
$500,000 in 20 years. And then that doesn't count for any state violations. So,
Oh yeah, because that's even more.
so in the state of Rhode Island, granted I'm in Florida right now. In the state of Rhode Island, for instance, where I used to live, a illegal NFA item was also an additional 10 years on the state level.
Oof.
And then an additional 10 years if you manufactured. So if you took this little piece of metal from billet steel and you milled it out and you were, say, in Rhode Island, you'd be looking at 40 years in prison, 20 in federal.
US gun laws are so fucking weird, hey?
Imagine you just find a piece
really
of metal
slow.
on the ground and you just pick it, like, oh, that's a pretty neat little piece of metal.
That's pretty cool, man.
You didn't know. You're staring 40 years.
There's a guy that was making these, so they're called lightning links. They go in an AR-15, and
Assault
don't
rifle.
anybody do this because highly illegal. But the guy was making them. They were etched out with the markings. However, they weren't fully punched out. And he was operating under the assumption that it was far enough away from being completed that it was not legally controlled. Well, ATF came after him, and he's looking at 4,000 years in prison, something ridiculous, because he had hundreds of them in stock.
Jesus.
4,000 years in a lockup. Imagine, can't. It's fucked.
Yo, me and my homies hate the ATF.
Yeah, I dislike them.
Manland isn't different.
I have a good relationship with them.
Let me put it like this. I'd very much rather not have the ATF in my life if I can avoid it.
Yeah, they're not fun. I don't ever want to deal with them.
Unconstitutional, technically.
There are some good individual people there, but the overall agency itself, they're really, they just, rather than going after people for, major violations like trafficking across borders legally, that sort of thing. It's kind of screwy when they go after the small guy. Like,
that's because it's easier and it's less dangerous. They don't have a chance to get hurt. They don't want to get a boo-boo.
It's kind of like the IRS. The IRS is they would bring in a lot more tax revenue if they went after some of the wealthiest people, but their taxes are so convoluted that it also takes a significant amount of resources to do so. So it behooves them, and it's a lot easier to go after, the small guys that have a lot less complicated taxes.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I just recently got so if I fuck up my taxes, I go to prison and I have to pay interest on what I owe. If they fuck up my taxes, they give me a check and say, whoops, here you go. Fuck you. That's it.
That's the one thing about America that scares me is taxes.
It's easy unless you're own the business. Then it's not easy. If you're just working at like a fucking store or something, they hand you a piece of paper and you just do what it tells you. It's easy as shit.
Right.
Yep.
Fuck you, IRS. Fuck you.
You're gonna get audited next year.
I pay my taxes. I'd pay my taxes. I do everything legit. I hire a person. I'm like, hey, do this.
Yeah, but they're gonna come after you for something stupid like, oh, you didn't deduct the complete value from, I don't know, whatever you use for your business expense. Or let's say your headbands. Your headbands of business expense. Yep. Oh, wow, you also personally use one.
Advertisement.
Yeah.
Suck my dick. I know what I'm doing. I read the laws. Everything I do is 100% legal. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not taking any more of my taxes. I've already paid so much. Ridiculous. Fuck taxes. They're such a bullshit invention.
They keep the country turning, bro. You can't complain about it more.
We were doing just fine before income tax. We were doing just fine.
I don't think so.
We were doing perfectly fine.
I don't have an issue with taxes itself. Taxes are a necessary thing. My issue is how convoluted it is.
Yes. I want to choose where my money goes to. I want my money to go to blowing up huts in the desert.
Jesus Christ.
If we're going to do it, I want my money going to it. Fuck everybody else. I want to be the one. I want my name to be on that bomb when it drops. I want to choose.
Justin, you're going to get deplatformed in like 3 or 4 years.
Rabb1t wants to choose where his taxi's going. Wants to blow up sand huts that are always going to get blown up anyway. He just wants his name on it. I don't fucking care. I want my name to be on the bomb. Bullshit. If you're going to drop it, you might as well put my name on it.
Valid, man.
It's going to happen regardless.
Shit, homie, you make a good ass point.
Always make good points. If you guys had to choose, last topic, if you had to choose where your tax money went, where's it going? So like the government's like, all right, here's this year's registry. We need this much for this, this much for this, this much for this. And once it's filled up, you can't put any more money in it. You have to pick something else.
It depends what the government's letting you put it into. If there's a box that's getting rid of the current government, I'm putting all my taxes
inside. It's whatever they
that.
spend the money on. So there's a black box that just says miscellaneous, which is pretty much their illegal shit. So if you want to fund some illegal, uprisings in poor countries, then you can do that.
What's going in the miscellaneous box then?
They don't want to tell you what it is because it's illegal. That's why it's in the miscellaneous box.
Probably like infrastructure, honestly speaking, because, I want roads and shit that are good. But that doesn't happen because the Australian government's corrupt. So it will never happen.
Fair.
Man, what about you? Where your tax money going? If you really love... Yeah, be serious about this.
I would probably say infrastructure or education.
Yeah, education. Because you guys in America, your education system's fucked.
Education system's just the same everywhere. You go to a richer area, you go to a poor area.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Justin, I think your education and my education were a little bit different.
Yeah, I lived in a poor area.
Yeah, just live in a poor area. He's going to get shit.
You lived in a rich area. You had a much better one than me. I bet it's the same every country.
I went to a rich private school and I'm a dumb cunt, so I don't know.
That's just a you thing.
I didn't even graduate high school.
And I did. So what does that tell you? Everyone's
Jesus
retarded.
Christ, what I have all of us. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, okay.
I have the most time in college out of all of us. Suck my dick.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he's a winner by default.
1 month, motherfuckers.
Oh god. Yeah, no, there's a serious lack in education, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a formal education in a structured setting. I mean, there's something to be said for learning trades and self-learning at your own pace, that sort of thing. But, you know, right now, it's so neglected that we have people going to getting out of high school, going straight into college, so they can't find jobs after the fact, even after they have a degree, and now they're sitting in $150,000 in student loan debt that can't even be discharged in a bankruptcy if they wanted to.
I think that has partly to do with just being straight lied to. Like, they don't prepare you for any of that. Like when did you mainly? You said, did you graduate high school?
I did not.
So your senior year of high school is the most pointless fucking year of high school. It doesn't count for college. Colleges don't fucking care because by the time you're in senior year, you're already applying. They don't fucking care. But they still make you take like bullshit math. So they don't have a class, so at least mine didn't, that said, hey, this is what to expect in college. Let's get you ready. Let's get you ready for the real world. They need to have something like that, because that's all I heard in high school was you got to go to college. You want a good job, you got to go to college. If you want to be successful, you got to go to college. But no one told you the truth. They just want you to go to college so they can get the numbers up, but they don't actually tell you that you need to go for an actual degree. You need to know what you want to do. This is how you're going to handle it. You're going to take, like, they just don't prepare you enough. They just lie to you. I think that's the main problem, is kids are just being lied to and they're not preparing you. I think that's a huge problem that we have right now, because I think people want to get good jobs, but they want to learn, but they just don't have the right direction. We're not preparing them for that. Because that's the problem that I faced, was like, everyone just kept telling me to go to college. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know where the fuck I was going to get the money from. I didn't know how much I had to pay until they sent me the goddamn check or bill or whatever.
Well, there's also something to be said to those that, you know, do decide to go on to college, which even taking a year pause to figure out what you're going to be doing, there's no shame in it whatsoever.
I tell everybody to do that. I say, hey, take a year, figure out what you want to do, get your life together, see what the real world is like.
A year. Try 4 years.
Try your entire life. I know, that's what I tell everybody. I'm like, hey, I try to tell Heather's sister that. I was like, hey, dude, take a year, figure out what you want to do. Because everyone always changes their fucking major. They don't know what the fuck they want to do. Just figure out what you want to... Figure out who you are first before you take this life-changing event that you're still a child. You're 18. You're still a child. But,
yeah, I agree. Like, I'm only 19 and I still feel like I'm not an adult yet, hey?
Don't hate you. Really you'll never be an adult. Like, I'm 25 and I'm fucking retarded. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, and it keeps working.
Keeps working.
Yeah. I roll my eyes both physically and mentally at that statement.
You don't know what you're doing.
No,
we're all bobbing. We're all just fucking going through life, hoping to God it works out.
No, I don't disagree with that, but you're like the epitome of wing it. Give them the slightest plan.
Wing it. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, we're fine. If everything crashes and burns, I can, suck dick for money. Oh, it's fine.
That's what I'm gonna end up doing anyways, as far as I'm concerned.
There's some guy that'll think my lips look cute.
Yeah, you can always go back to Marshall's or Michael's.
Kill myself before I ever went back to that.
Yeah, pure Justin would just kill himself.
Apparently, Amazon is giving you dude, I started doing this as a little side hustle on the weekends. $30 plus extra money just to drop off packages. Like, shit, I could listen to a podcast for 4 hours and make some money. Fuck, might as well.
Yeah. Side hustle.
I'll order packages from Amazon.
I just deliver them to you. I'm just picking them up from Amazon, going right to your house. That'd be pretty funny.
All right, boys. How long are we going for?
A little over an hour. You guys want to call it? Because I do want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Meet me there, bitch.
Unless you have anything else you want to talk about, Manlet, but
No.
All right, Manlet, I'll meet you at the gym. All right, I'll text you what's at. I'll meet you there. Meet you there. Thank you so much to everybody that watched. Or should watch, listen, whatever you do. I don't know. If you're not on Spotify, you can check us out on Spotify. Links in the description. I think that's it. That's all I got.
That's it, boys.
Gamersupps, Code Crazy. Any other links I have down there below, check them out. These I might link. I'm not gonna link them. Fuck it. That's it.
Yeah, don't. Bye.
Bye. Leave now. Penis.